I got a message for anybody who been with R. Kelly. Come on out. Jocelyn Savage and any nigga who think they gonna holler at Jocelyn since R. Kelly in jail, and all you little kids and old vets that been with R. Kelly from 1999 to 2019, y'all in danger. R. Kelly got herpes. R. Kelly got herpes. R. Kelly got herpes. Yeah, they say they done tested him in jail, and he came down doing the bump. He got the bump. I mean, don't this put a whole new meaning to the song Bump and Grind? And now he might be facing some extra charges for passing on an infectious disease and knowing about it. You know, it just don't look good for R. Kelly right now. And didn't they say Usher had herpes too? Well, I guess it makes sense now. They was both messing with the same girl. You know, Diddy trying to Cassie Lori, and Marjorie ain't having it. She say, hell no, you gotta go. What's up, Tripp gang? It's your boy Tripp, and I'm back with another banger. You already know what it is. If you part of the gang, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, man. Subscribe. Why not, man? We lit over here. And when you subscribe, just go ahead to the right and hit that little bell notification so you will be the first one to know whenever we drop a video. And you ain't gotta wait, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm dropping them daily like bombs, like bird shit. You never know when it's gonna come. So, yo, let's get right into it, man, because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and I just had to come talk to my people, man. Let's have a conversation in the comments down below. You already know how we do. So this is the thing, man. They saying R. Kelly got an incurable disease. They saying he got herpes, y'all. Yeah, herpes. Now, you know, a lot of people then came out and said, you know, that R. Kelly then gave him herpes, and his team and management and all these people denied it and said there's no proof of him giving anybody herpes. But now there is proof. They say he got tested while he was in jail. You know what I'm saying? The regular checkup and test that they do on everybody just to make sure you ain't got nothing to pass on to the other inmates and stuff. And R. Kelly got herpes. And if this is true, he could be facing a whole bunch of new charges, man, by knowingly passing on an uncurable disease to other people because he knew he had it. You know, them herpes pop up every once in a while, and you know what I'm saying? Dang, man, it's like R. Kelly just keep digging this grave deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like, how you gonna get out of this? It's no way. You know what I'm saying? I really think they need to put him on suicide watch. Y'all better have somebody watching R. Kelly 24 hours, man, because this is getting so deep that it's no way out of it. R. Kelly. Speaking of deep, they say Jesse Smollett had to sell his mansion, y'all. You know, he had this mansion out there, you know, I think in somewhere, California or something like that. And they said he had to sell it. He ain't making that money no more, so, you know, he had to sell that mansion. They said he lost $30,000 on the deal, but he had to take what he could. He got lawyers' fees and all of these things he got to pay back, you know, from lying to the police, allegedly. No, ain't no damn allegedly. For lying to the police and lying to the community, saying that he got jumped by 2 Africans. And the Africans still ain't came out. What y'all doing, waiting for a Lifetime movie? Why y'all ain't spoke on it? Did y'all sign a gag order? Like, what's the deal? We want to hear y'all side of the story. The thing been open for months now. Y'all could at least make some money by coming and talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure Jesse ain't pay y'all for the little deal that y'all did. How much did he pay y'all? No, that wasn't enough. A couple $1,000s? We need to hear this story. I want to hear from the twins. Where y'all at? Y'all just disappeared. Did you go back to Africa? I'm rolling with Ho. I'm with Ho. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Jigga. You know, I got a lot to say about this situation with Jay-Z, Colin Kaepernick, the NFL, and everything that's going on. Everybody mad with Jay-Z about the decision he made to be a consultant to the NFL halftime show. Now, he's also supposed to be working with the NFL, you know, to initiate some change for social justice and the way the NFL deals with situations and stuff like that when it regards the players and the police brutality. Something that they really can't fix, but they can fix on how they deal with their players and help the community and things like that, which I understand. You know, the whole situation, you know, with Colin being blackballed and not being hired by any NFL teams, even though Colin Kaepernick took a settlement when he took them to court to prove that, you know, it was a lot of things going on as far as like collusion and things like that with them not wanting to sign him after he took a knee. Colin Kaepernick, man, he's a martyr, man. He stood up and he sacrificed, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, bring light to police brutality and justice in the black community. He was the sacrificial lamb. He took the knee, you know, along with Eric Reed, you know, who came out publicly and spoke about Jay-Z and feeling like he was wrong for doing it. But Eric Reed, ain't you still working with the NFL? Don't you still got a job? Don't you still wear a jersey? So how is it wrong for somebody else to get a job working with the NFL, but you work for the NFL, Jay-Z working with the NFL? You know what I'm saying? So he invited to the table. He invited in the meetings to actually see what's going on. And I don't think Jay-Z is going to be the type of person that's just going to sit back and say nothing. You know, he's going to have an influence and be a voice on the inside to speak about certain things that nobody else has been able to do. Now, everybody is upset with him, you know, calling him a coon and a sellout and, you know, all of this when, you know, that's what I understand about the people. You know, when somebody do one thing, y'all willing to cancel him. This cancel culture that the black community has is ridiculous, you know, and they forget everything else that he's done in the past to help our people. You know what I'm saying? When 21 Savage was going through his immigration things, Jay-Z was the one who hired all his attorneys and things like that allowed him to get out of jail and to stay in America. You know, when Lil Wayne was going through his issues with Baby with the lawsuit trying to get his money from, you know, his record company, Jay-Z paid his taxes so, you know, he wouldn't have to go down with that. You know, when Meek Mill was going through his thing, you know, with the judge and being locked up, Jay-Z was there for him. You know, and creating all these different programs and things to help, you know, prison reform and things like that. Helping Meek Mill get a record label, you know, him and his family being at the forefront. Khalif Browder, who was locked up, the young guy who was locked up in Rikers Island. Jay-Z produced a whole documentary on him, bringing light to the injustice and things that happens in the black community when it comes to young guys going to prison unlawfully and things like that. Along with Trayvon Martin, they was in the front lines and doing things like that. Jay-Z also, you know, spoke out publicly on his music. You know, I don't need the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need me. You know what I'm saying? And also been at the forefront of a lot of things for our community. And now because y'all feel like he made one bad decision by going to the NFL, it's fuck Jay-Z, he a sellout, and it's like, it really shows how the black community really feel about Jay-Z, and I feel like a lot of them are jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because this man made himself a billionaire. Now everything that he does don't have any integrity. It's all about money. But I don't think the NFL is paying him enough money that he's willing to take that risk. I really think that he feel like he could do something. Yes, we took a knee, we took a stand, you know, but a lot of these players are still in the NFL playing. They not kneeling every game. They not going on strike. They still played in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is that doing? Y'all said that y'all striked and didn't watch the game, but y'all still did. Y'all was all over on social media, all in Atlanta. You know, when they came to Atlanta, everybody was turned up. This city was on fire. I know because I lived there at the time. You know, so don't y'all think that we could use somebody that's sitting at the table that can really speak out on the things that the community needs? Because taking a knee ain't doing it. And y'all mad because Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job? You know, what if he don't ever get back in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? Is this all about him getting a job back, or is this about police brutality and how we can help a bigger cause? You know, Colin did what he was supposed to do. Cap, you did what you're supposed to do. You sacrificed your own career, but at the same time, you got a lawsuit, a pretty penny from the NFL because you chose not to go through with the court. You chose to take money, which silenced you at that point. Okay, I'll take a settlement, but I'll agree not to speak on about the collusion and things that went on, because you could have took it all the way to court and really made a change that way, but you took money. You're not starving. You got a Nike deal. And other endorsements or things like that you're doing. You still moving forward and doing so why is everybody so upset about you not working in the NFL, and this is all Jay-Z's fault? I feel like a lot of people expect our celebrities to be at the forefront and to do more work than they do themselves. Y'all said that y'all strike the Super Bowl and, y'all protested and didn't watch. But when it's time to have the meetings and to go to the, courthouse and things like that, or wherever they having these meetings at, ain't nobody there, is there? Y'all taking pictures and y'all talking and tweeting on social media, but y'all really not helping. That's all y'all do is talk. What have you done to help social injustice? Besides talk about it on your social media or criticize other people that has done more work than you. What have you done personally to help? When we see things that has happened in the neighborhood, the first thing we do is pull out our cell phone to put it on Facebook instead of helping the person or, doing something like that. Y'all a whole bunch of hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like we should cancel Jay-Z, even if this is a bad decision that he's made. He's done enough that we can show him love and support through this. Now he's a sellout. The black community, y'all so hurt and so unhappy that y'all willing to diss anybody. It's all about what can you do for me now, but y'all ain't doing nothing for yourselves. I feel like y'all been wanting to be this way to Jay-Z, and this just gave y'all a reason to. Oh, it's all about money. He fattening his pockets. So what? Shouldn't that inspire you? That a man from Marcy Projects that was a drug dealer, that came from the same circumstances as you, a broken home with no father and things like that, can make himself a billionaire and get to the place like this? To where he can actually be at the table with billionaires who own teams? Of course they're racist. Of course they don't have our best interests at heart, but somebody in the room does. And that's the start. This is what we should have been wanting. You know what I'm saying? Why is it such a bad thing? I don't get it. Y'all ain't even gave the man a chance to see what he could do. Y'all already canceling him. He came out and said that he's working with them, and now all this negative things that y'all saying about him. Give the man a chance to see what he could do. That's all I'm saying. And we can't cancel him because he made one bad decision. That man has done a lot for the community. I really think that he's out here trying to put black people in positions of power and trying to uplift this community. You can tell by his work and the art and the things that he's saying in his music and the things that he's done. He putting his money where his mouth is. He's not just talking like a lot of y'all are doing. Because that's all y'all doing is talking. Your fingers should be sore all the typing that y'all doing. But show me what you have done to help. That really helps. Besides run your mouth or run your fingers. Come on, y'all. Get it together. We love to criticize other people about things that they're doing when we're not even doing half as much. Half the people that's talking ain't did nothing. Half of y'all still watch the games. Ain't none of y'all got no ratings boxes in y'all house. The NFL is still doing the same thing. They still the highest rating television show in the past 10 years or whatever. They ain't missing nothing. Maybe they concerned about all of the bad press. You got some people on one end saying, we don't want this type of thing at our football games. And then you got other people on the other end that's saying, you should be able to, protest silently and it's not hurt nobody. So the NFL is faced with trying to please both sides. Maybe they did feel like, let's bring in Jay-Z, to try to clean this up. But that's their intentions don't, necessarily mean that they're going to change what Jay-Z's intentions of what he's trying to do in there. Maybe that is what they're trying to do. But when he get in there, he has a voice. He has a seat at the table. So when they talking about these policies and things like that, Jay-Z can speak up and say, no, I think we should do this. And they have to listen. I don't see what this Eric dude, like, you still getting a check from the NFL too. Except for you a worker. You work for the NFL. Jay-Z working with them. He's partnered with them. You ain't invited to the table when everybody talking. You talking from Twitter. Man, please, man. Y'all willing to cancel anybody, man. Y'all so unhappy y'all willing to cancel somebody at the drop of a dime. No matter what they've done. This new generation is toe up. Y'all so unhappy with yourselves. Maybe if y'all got out and did something really positive to uplift the community, then maybe you could feel better. This whole thing, this initiative, that Inspire thing that they're trying to do, give it a chance to see what it really does. Don't knock it until you see what's happening. I feel like there's other ways to force the NFL's hand. Like if these players took a stand and really, on the Super Bowl, y'all all took a knee, or y'all all refused to play at the Super Bowl, then you don't have nobody, no game. Then what happens? What happens when everybody say, well, we not playing in the Super Bowl? We striking the Super Bowl. There's no Super Bowl this year. Then you hit them in their pockets, don't you? Then you force them to really, do something. Because as long as they getting this money, they don't care what y'all think. But ain't nobody gonna do that, is they? No, because y'all got families to feed. Y'all got bills to pay. Y'all got your own personal needs that y'all, have to worry about. So you can't think about everybody else. Y'all do all this marching and talking and all this stuff. When somebody gets shot or somebody get beat up by the police, y'all talking for the first couple weeks, and then after that, it dies down. And you don't hear nothing until the next person gets shot. It's ridiculous. Y'all toe up. Y'all ain't really doing nothing. Let's just give it a chance. Let's just see what he does. And then criticize. And then have a voice on it. But you need to worry about what you can do too. While you trying to criticize somebody else, think about what you do. What you could do.